Look around. The money is flowing, faster, bigger, through more hands. Yet somehow, everything is more broken than ever. The investments you make, the companies you build, the deals you chase. Are they really pushing humanity forward? Or are they just feeding a machine that values profit over people, efficiency over empathy, growth over goodness? Every morning, the same gnawing doubt claws at your mind. Does capital serve us, or do we serve capital? That frustration, that anger bubbling under your skin, it's real. You're not alone in it. This system, spinning faster every year, pulls at the soul of every founder, every investor, every leader who dares to ask, where is the meaning? Where are the human values in the bloodstream of today's capitalism? Here's the brutal truth nobody dares to say out loud. The currents of capital are not aligned with humanity's soul. They strangle it. The chase for returns blinds the urgency to rebuild what really matters. Trust, dignity, purpose. The market doesn't reward what should be rewarded. Impact, integrity, courage to be different. Instead, it insists on more. More profits, more scale, more control. This suffocating logic isn't an accident. It's baked deep into the system. A system designed to process people, not raise them. And this system doesn't hesitate to discard anyone who doesn't fit its cruel mold, leaving the restless founders and visionaries stranded, isolated, gnashing their teeth at the injustice. But don't let this push you into despair. Now is the moment to flip the entire script. If the current is broken, if the flow is wrong, then it's time to bend the river. This system isn't immutable. Its heart can be cracked open, reshaped. But no one is going to fix it for you. No politician, no algorithm, no magic formula. Change has to be carved out by those who refuse to accept the status quo as final. This is the call for the few. The brave founders who see beyond quarterly earnings, the investors who thirst for real impact, the leaders who burn with the hunger to create a legacy that matters. You want to realign the flow of capital with true human values? It starts with owning your power. Stop playing by rules that were never written for you. Tear up the inherited playbook that forces you to trade humanity for profit. Instead, build your own rules. Rules that demand transparency, fairness, and accountability. Invest in startups and ventures that solve real problems, not just the ones with flashy valuations. Seek out founders who are wrestling with meaningful challenges, not just exploiting trends. Look deeper than the balance sheet. What change is this money actually making in people's lives? Here's the secret most miss. Capital flows where connection flows. The loneliness of leadership kills innovation faster than any market crash. If you're isolated, misunderstood, misaligned, your potential is wasted. The antidote? Create something rare and powerful. A network of real, raw trust. A tribe like no other, not the masses, but the few who refuse to settle for mediocrity. Founders who challenge norms. Investors who don't just fund, but lift. Builders who remake the rules daily. Build this network ruthlessly. Seek out exactly those who make you uncomfortable because they pull you forward. This is your weapon against stagnation, against a capitalism that dims the light of the individual. Break this toxic cycle by practicing fierce, productive individualism. This isn't about selfishness. It's about relentless growth. Grow your skills, your vision, your ability to create value. Demand that every promise you make, every investment you back, every partnership you build earns trust every single day. Unforgiving meritocracy. That's the engine of real freedom. Power and capital must follow ability, not birthright, identity, or connections. This is the framework where markets don't just shuffle money around. They allocate it to where it can unleash breakthroughs, reshape realities, and push human limits. If your capital isn't doing that, then you're part of the problem. Transcend the limitations imposed by your origin, your comfort zone, the narrow view of national loyalty. You don't belong to any flag or system, you belong to the future you choose. Strategic globalization is your battlefield and your sanctuary. Use it. Think beyond borders. Look for opportunities where others see obstacles. Align with diverse perspectives because diversity is not a hurdle, but the engine of innovation. Anyone selling you uniformity is selling you chainmail, not wings. Here's what most miss. Freedom without results is nothing but an illusion. You are free to live any way you want, But if your freedom does not produce impact, if it doesn't ripple through the economy and culture, then it's meaningless. Make every step count. Demand that the capital you control is not just money. It's a weapon against despair, meaninglessness, and decay. Capital is the fuel for transformation. It must not feed comfort zones or preserve broken traditions. It must create the impossible. And that's where you come in. So, start now. Stop waiting for the system to bend towards human values. Build your own capital flows, purpose-driven, relentless, unyielding. Leverage technology to unearth overlooked talent. Deploy capital with surgical precision, backing ventures that combine profit with purpose. Connect with the rare few who share your fire. And together, build a new pattern. This new current isn't just about money, it's about people, breakthroughs, humanity's future. Refuse to be a cog, refuse to accept a world that profits from conformity and sacrifice. Harness your rage, your frustration, your unbearable tension into something unstoppable. Be the pressure that cracks open capitalism's hardened heart. Build an autonomous network of bolder, sharper, freer individuals who will not rest until capital flows where it belongs, into the hands and hearts shaping a future that honors human values. You are not idle observers. You are the creators of this realignment. The currents will flow the way you steer them. Choose to steer them with purpose, grit, and unbreakable resolve. Because the system you want, the world you deserve, is not just a dream, it is a fight, it is a force, it is yours to claim